Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name is GBay99. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. And today we are back with another Legends of Runeterra video where I am sharing with you the most overpowered and strong deck in this game as of making this video. And that is the Fiora Exodia deck. Now, for those of you who don't know, Fiora is basically Exodia in this game. She is a 3-drop who has 3 power, 3 health. But more interestingly than that, when you kill 4 enemies with her and she survives, you win the game. That's pretty strong. This includes the enemies that you kill when she is level 1. Once she kills 2 of them, she levels up, and then she only needs to kill 2 more, and the game is over. So, the deck that is played around this is a very interesting one, but essentially you have a couple of different ways that you try and build to this win condition. The first is you try and get Fiora on the field and you have a lot of different barriers. So barrier is kind of interesting in this game. Barrier is something that, if I pull up someone with barrier here, barrier is interesting in this game compared to something like Hearthstone because in Hearthstone, a barrier will last until it is broken. But in this game, barrier will only last until the end of the turn. And of course, on half of your turns, you are on you are defending. So you can't always use barrier proactively. If you try and use barrier on a character and your opponent just doesn't attack, then the barrier ends up going away at the end of the turn and you kind of wasted it. So it's a little bit of an interesting mechanic. On Shen, you always gain barrier on the support character that he's supporting, but there's a few other spells in this deck that you use, like Prismatic Barrier, where you give an ally barrier that round. Kai Guardian, you give barrier to an ally in hand, which if you do this, then you probably don't want to be dropping that ally on a defensive turn. You pretty much always want to be dropping them when you're attacking because the barrier is going to go away and your opponent's just not going to attack you if they have barrier. And then, of course, this is one of the other more interesting cards, Bright Steel Protector, where you give an ally barrier, where, again, similarly, you mostly want to be dropping these cards on the attacking turns. But this is one of the things you can do. You can just get Fiora to always have some sort of barrier or something that will prevent her from dying because she does only have 3 health. There are a couple of other cards in this deck, like Twin Disciplines, where you can choose to give her a bonus of 3 health or 3 attack if she has a barrier on her and you're attacking something with more than 3 health. And then there's a few other late game cards that you can use here. You can use Judgment, which is basically a win condition with Fiora. You can use this 9-drop 9/9 Bright Steel Formation, which will give barrier to all allies. And also one of the more fun things you can do is you can use this fun little 1-drop Green Glade Caretaker, which will give +2, or she will get +2 attack every time an ally is granted barrier, and that increases. That's not until the end of the turn. She always has +2 attack, which is a very interesting card and very fun to play around with. This deck that we're going to be playing, I have to give a little bit of credit to the Bread guy, the Bread YouTuber, streamer, Disguised Toast. This is not like card for card his deck, but I downloaded his deck and then messed around with the cards a little bit to customize it to my own play style. This is his deck right there. But we're going to be playing my little amalgamation, and we're going to see if we can go ahead, get a win with it, or at least a couple of good games. So let's go ahead and queue up. So here, going up against a guy, Show Me Your Moves, who is a Noxus and Shadow Isles. I kind of want to cycle through everybody because I really want to get Fiora as early as possible, especially if he's a Shadow Isles who's running Elise and Spiderlings because they're very easy to kill. I'm going to keep the Shadow Assassin because if we don't get Fiora here, which we don't, then we can use her to draw a card on turn 3. Ooh, don't like getting a late game card like that so early in the match. Okay, he is using Spiderling, so this could help us quite a bit. What do we draw now? Okay, still no Fiora. That's not super good, but it could be worse. When I'm summoned, stun the next enemy unit summoned this round. So as long as this should not stun him now, right? Still no Fiora, unfortunately. There might be better versions of this deck that don't run so many spells. It's a little bit of a balancing act trying to make sure that you have enough spells that you are able to successfully always counter whatever wave clear or whatever it is that your opponent has. because most people, as soon as they see a Fiora, they're going to throw everything they have at it with every little bonus and, you know, any little thing that they can do to help out, they'll throw it at her. But it's obviously something that's a little bit tough to deal with. All right, here we go.
I walk the space between worlds.
So this is going to be interesting. He's definitely going face. I mean, look at that. The face is the place for him. So what I'm going to do is try and take care of a couple of these. The Shen will not give a he won't give a barrier when he's blocking. I'll show you just in case you want to see. But because we have Shen out and because we are now attacking as well, we should be good this next turn. So here we can drop Fiora.
Save your worlds. We speak with blades.
And she can kill all 4 of the characters on the board, obviously. That is unfortunate, so we are going to stop it. We're down to 8 health. We have to start using some of our things. The problem is it might be tough to keep Shen alive now.
Try me.
If he has some sort of buff for one of these guys, he can obviously kill Shen with him. So we'll have to use this Radiant Strike on Shen if that ends up happening. But here we should get our first kill with Fiora. Shen will give her a barrier so she won't take any damage. He has 2 mana, so he could potentially throw out some sort of spell that could mess us up a bit. As long as he can't buff that. Okay, shoot. That's unfortunate. I guess that should save it, right? Drain 1, he'll still be 3. We're good. There's the first strike of Exodia. So this is going to be interesting what he does here. I kind of want to give him barrier, but I kind of want to save that for Fiora.
It is not yet their time.
I'm going to give it to him. That might be a big mistake. He has what? 6 damage, 7, 8. So he has a lethal on board right now and 4 mana remaining. I can obviously block one of his guys with Fiora, and I could block another guy with Shen, but I don't think I'm going to. Although maybe I should. Hang on, what's next turn? If I save my mana, I'll have enough for Judgment next turn, won't I? And then I can just win, right? Yeah, that's how that works. Because the other thing I could do is play this dude and buff Shen a little bit, or buff Fiora to make it easier for them to deal with some of the damage coming at us. But that's going to be 5, 6, 7. Yeah. That's what we'll do. Oh, this is interesting. I've never actually gotten to a point in the game where I could play this card. But we're going to be able to here. Oh, wait, are we? No, we are. So I'll have to block some of the damage, right? Like this.
Precision and grace.
That's 2, 4, 6, 7 damage. Coming at me now. Right? Although I can't force him, can I? Never mind. Maybe that was silly.
No equal.
Then again, yeah, I might be in trouble here. I realize my mistake now because this is all battling enemies, which just means the enemies that are on the board, like about to fight or defend. And if I put Fiora out there, she's just going to be attacking one enemy, obviously. So hopefully he doesn't have anything that can deal 2 damage to me. What we have to do now is wait for next turn, or wait for his next attacking turn. Yeah. Or we could just win.
I never. Oh God.
Do we win? We're down to 2 health. We either have to win on this turn or use Judgment to win next turn. But I think we win right here. He would need something to stop this. He needs something to stop that or we win.
This will be quick.
We got it! That's it, right? He has 19 health. We had 2. Doesn't matter. Exodia. Whatever. I forget what they say when Exodia kills everybody. Boom! There we go. Woo, that was close. That was really close. Let's do that again. Let's go again. So here we're playing up against a Demacia Freljord, which might be a little bit more tough because obviously Freljord and Demacia aren't crazy on the 1-drops or the 1 health, 1 attack. 1-drops the way that Shadow Isles is with Elise. I kind of want to keep him just because he is a really good 4-drop if I have somebody on the board. I probably shouldn't because I want to cycle for Fiora as much as possible, but I'll go ahead, keep him. And we don't get Fiora. Unfortunate. The screen looks a little foggy to me now. Am I going crazy? Okay. Here we go. This is pretty okay. I'm not sure if this counts if I use a barrier in my hand. If I use Kai Guardian, will that count with her?
I am one with the land. I'll turn the tide.
So let me think for a second. If I use it on him, I'll have an attack on turn 3. He'll have an attack on turn 4, so I should use it on him. Okay, that didn't affect her. It should say that when an ally gets barrier, grant me. That's an ally, right? Or does ally just mean people on the board? Either way. We're fine. Just 1 attack to the face. Okay, this is interesting. So I guess I'll go ahead, drop her.
Silent as death.
Because we really do want to be... Okay, there. She gets it now. I see.
To the field.
Yeah, let's attack.
Who goes there? Demacian steel protects me.
She'll die. It's a little unfortunate that she has to die, but... We're doing a good job cycling, searching for Fiora. We've had 3 draws, right? About 3 draws now. Oh, still no Fiora. But Shen is a pretty important component of this. Shen gives barrier every single turn, and so he can synergize super well, like with the other lady who gets +2 attack infinitely for every barrier that's given. It's interesting that he has this guy too. I wonder what kind of deck this is he's playing.
Understood.
Yeah, we'll just defend like this. I don't want anyone to die on my board. So this turn, because we don't draw Fiora, I'm going to attack right here. And this is going to be tricky. But it should work out well for us. So he's going to try and set up a defense, and he'll probably defend with him over here and her over here trying to kill Shen. But then I'll use this on him, and then that should kill her, right? That'll be 5 damage. She is 4 health plus the toughness, which essentially is 5 health. He commits to the block, so he's not going to be able to take his block back after I use this, which once his turn ends, I can use that, and then we're in a great position. And he shouldn't have anything, hopefully. I mean, he might have something because he has 7 mana he can use still and 5 cards in his hand, 6 cards in his hand. But he doesn't. This is another way that you can win with this deck, is just through barrier abuse, essentially. Because barrier, as I mentioned in the intro, it's interesting how it works in this game. Because, you know, in Hearthstone, barrier lasts forever, but you have to be careful since it doesn't here. You can only use it for a single turn. But it's going well. It's going very well for us. For Demacia, that's unfortunate that he has that. We might want to get Deny for when that's played. Because if he fills up his board, he can maybe take us down 100-0 pretty quickly. I guess I'll go ahead and play this guy, maybe. I'll save it. Getting that extra mana gem is going to be more beneficial, I believe. Okay, he plays his. Maybe I should play mine. I don't want to lose board control. Still no Fiora. Looks like we're gonna have to win the other way, but
fresh tracks.
It shouldn't be that difficult to do. I'm gonna use this on her.
Come, take refuge.
Okay. That's a very useful spell. Unfortunately, we can't use it, but not yet, at least. So that'll kill him. Not a big deal. She will get the benefit because of her passive. And he's really flooding the board. He wants to use this for Demacia, and we have to be very careful because he totally can use it.
My shield is yours.
Honor dictates our wills align.
We can get our Shen to level up, as well as with a barrier. So I don't know if he can attack us this round. He's going to try. So the way I guess I'll set up here is Shen on the 3-1 and her on the 3-3.
My life for these lands.
And I guess I'll go ahead and kill him too, because I am very concerned about that for Demacia. That's a trade 1-for-1, obviously, but we should still be fine. That should end both our turns. Now we are back on the offense, and this can be very interesting because we will go ahead, give a +2/+2 bonus here. We will still have enough mana for a prismatic barrier if he tries to do something tricky. And he has to play something down here because we can start putting some real big damage on his face.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
We'll see how he tries to do this. But I'm going to go ahead now and attack. She will get a huge bonus because Shen is going to give her a +3, and then she'll also get another +2 with the barrier. This is going to get insane. And then he'll sacrifice something into it, but we can make this even bigger too. Oh, or maybe not. What?
Your place is still in the mortal world.
So I can use that on him now. And then because he gets the barrier, he gets the +3 from the Shen? Is he going to do anything? He committed to the block. That's it. He's down to 2 health. And look at that. Look at that. 1-drop. A 14-4 1-drop. You don't see that every day in any card game. Still 11-4 after the barrier goes away. And then that's really useful. Okay, getting the deny. That is going to be really nice. Stopping this for Demacia whenever he tries to drop it. Which it should be pretty easy to stop now. And yeah, he cannot attack with this board the way it is. He does it now because he has to do it. We'll stop it. And we will still have plenty of mana left for a Stand United to give 2 allies barrier. He might surrender here. I think we win. I don't think he has anything else in his 3 cards. And I will end my turn. Is there anything else he has? I can just stop it like this.
I pity you.
There is no dispute.
Actually,
Oh, please.
may as well have some fun here at the end,
Between realms.
because this should be game. Wait, it recalls him? I didn't mean to do that.
Like my blade.
Wait, what?
Immediately.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I didn't realize, I guess it recalls him too. But there we go. Clear the board. She also has 15 attack, which if you, can you not surrender? Don't surrender, don't surrender, don't surrender. Drop him. 3 more barriers. 24 or 28 and 4. That is pretty great. So that, yeah, that's another example. That game, we did not draw a single Fiora, but we were still able to win because barriers are kind of overpowered almost, I might argue, in this game. But let's do one more game and see if we can get another really awesome win. All right. So this is really nice, getting the early Fiora. I'll keep this because this can go well with her. We unfortunately won't have an attack move on turn 3, but Shen is nice. That actually works out well. We'll have an attack move on turn 4. We can use Shen and Fiora.
I am one with the land.
Oh, this is actually getting exciting. I'm excited now. He passes. I will pass. May as well.
Goes there.
One of the most interesting things about this game is the attack and defense mechanic, where you're only attacking on half your turns, you're defending on the other half. That's something that I'm pretty sure it's how Magic the Gathering works, but it definitely makes the game way more interesting. And forcing people to not be able to choose who they're attacking. The defender gets to choose, you know, who ends up attacking who. That's a very interesting mechanic that I can understand why people who really like Magic the Gathering just love it, you know? All right, so we'll go ahead and put Fiora down here. This might be bad, because he can choose to attack Fiora with this guy and take her down to 1 health, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to think, let's attack this lady, because he doesn't have, I don't think there's any one spell in the Freljord or Demacia that can be used to finish off Fiora. I think Noxus has one mana spell that deals 1 damage to anything, but I don't believe he has a spell card that he can use to finish Fiora off while attacking her with this guy. So there we go. And that's fine. I'm happy. You can go ahead and kill her. A little unfortunate we don't get to start stacking some stuff with the Shen, but we'll deal with it. And now we should be in a very good position. So we'll drop the Shen, and this is the really crazy combo. I mean, you guys have seen it.
The balance requires a watchful eye.
Shen plus Fiora. You know, Fiora, she is insane how she can win the game in 4 kills, but she's also a 3 health character, so you have to give barriers to her, and normally that can be a little tough. You know, you're using 4 mana Ripostes, you're using 3 mana Twin Disciplines, you're using 3 mana Prismatic Barriers, and it's not that hard for your opponent to have a situation where, you know, they throw out something, whatever it ends up being, that can cancel one of your spells or give their own guy a buff that ends up killing Fiora early on. But with Shen, putting him right next to Fiora, infinite, not infinite, but every single turn you get a thingy. Like, that's so good. It's so insanely good.
On down.
We will go ahead, set that up there. It's just so nice. No mana needed. Always given a barrier. And hopefully we get our first kill here.
Is underway.
That is fine.
I lost.
There's one on the Nexus. And we do have a nice turn 5 coming up. So on this turn 5, we have quite a few different things that we can use to prevent him from killing Fiora if he tries to in some sort of way. Or buff Fiora to a point where she can kill Braum if he tries to get Braum to pull Fiora. We'll see what he does.
Our strength is yours.
Fair enough. Solid character. I'm going to go ahead and drop this
You're covered.
Duty, selflessness.
because this is going to set up nicely. If he attacks, I can use Twin Disciplines on Fiora and have her kill him. Because he only has 1 mana. Again, shouldn't have any sort of spell that he can use to save himself. If he uses Braum on Fiora, I can similarly give...
Time for talking to.
yeah, probably just do Twin Disciplines.
Show me your best.
Okay, but he does not.
Avarosans, stand together.
No, he knows. He knows that I have something that I can use. I could use something to kill the Braum, but Braum is only at 2 damage so far. Not a big deal. Not worried about him leveling up quite yet. And we'll pass. Maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe we should have killed Braum there, but I think it's fine. So again, throw this out for Fiora. Set up to kill him. This also prevents him from dealing significant damage to Shen. And we still have a few things left to mess him up. So this is working out very well. Very, very well. A very heavy rotation. And Shen only has 1 barrier away from him leveling up as well. So I might even use that
You
here.
are safe with Braum.
Should I? I probably should. The problem with doing this is then I don't have another option to save Fiora if he does something. But I'll do this. This will level Shen up as well.
They are under my protection.
So now he's in a tough spot. And he can't do anything. Boom! Get the level up on Fiora.
I have no equal.
And we are 2 away now. 2 kills away from winning. And we just took out some very important cards for him. He might even surrender. We'll see. This game right here is actually a very good example, though, of how incredible this deck can be. Because not only are we winning in the sense that we're only 2 kills away on Fiora from winning that way, but we're also completely controlling the board. We have very important, very scary monsters on our side where he is struggling to get tempo back. That's a little tough, actually. I'm probably going to have to use Prismatic Barrier on Shen to block that, or I could just let it hit my face, honestly. Oh, you know what I'm going to do?
Hey, steal!
No, he's not going to let me kill it with Fiora. I'm going to let that smash my face. This is dangerous. I mean, this definitely is dangerous. But I think I'm fine. This is a waste, but I'm going to do this for draws.
Refuge.
Because he already has barrier, so I don't need to do that. I could use this. I'm not going to, though. We'll use... I kind of want to save this for the win, but we'll use it here. We should use both of those if we do. And we'll do that. So we are 1 kill away from winning the game, assuming he cannot stop that. It might have been overkill to give Fiora the barrier, but we're getting pretty late into the game now, and we have another way to give barrier to an important target. So, looking pretty good right now. He is in a very tough situation. Hopefully he doesn't have anything crazy he can drop, because he still has 7 mana plus 1 spell mana he can play this turn. So he could flood the board. I mean, he could do a few things that could get very, very scary. But we can also buff Fiora's damage with that Stand United, because Shen now gives +3 attack to anything that has barrier. So we could kill this with Fiora. And I will pass. He shouldn't be able to do anything else. And we should be able to win right here. So we'll use this.
We walk between realms.
Swap.
For the honor of House Lorraine.
That should be it. What do you got, dude? What do you got? He's got nothing. Good game. Well played. That deck is very good. That's very good. It's very good and very fun. Again, that specific deck was a little bit tweaked. That's my iteration that is very similar to the one that Disguised Toast has. I'll hopefully remember to link both of the versions of the deck in the description down below if you want to check them out for yourself. But anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you had fun. This is a very fun deck, and I hope you had fun watching me play it. I will be back tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll mess around with another deck. Hopefully you'll enjoy that as well. But anyway, until then, thank you very much for watching. Good luck in solo queue, and have a wonderful day.